What up, everyone? You know who I am, Jack Slater, the comic outlaw. Yeah. And we're doing another toy review into the world of X-Men. And before I open up this toy, I have to explain a few things, and I have to put a few things in context. And just so you know what I'm showing you. Maverick. Marvel's Maverick. And this is from the Strong Guy set. I actually will be opening all these up. Check him out. This guy was a member of Weapon X. He was a product of Weapon X. And Weapon X, okay, back in the day, Weapon X was just this agency that gave Wolverine his adamantium. And later on, it became more deeper. They were experimenting on mutants. They were sort of brainwashing some of them. They were making weapons. Victor Creed was a member of Weapon X for a while. Maverick. This was also the same agency that created Deadpool. So, and the very interesting thing about the Weapon X project, and they call Wolverine Weapon X. I just check it out. This is my Wolverine action figure. I love this. You guys check that out. And later on, it said that he wasn't Weapon X. He was Weapon 10, with Captain America being the first in a line of experiments to kind of create this super soldier. And then it gets real complicated as the years go on and on. But anyways, this right here is Maverick. He has the power to take in energy, physical energy, blast, anything like that, and use it to his advantage. Like he could put it into a hammer and hit someone with it. He could fire blasts. So he could do a lot of different things with energy. Now, that does not make him bulletproof. So, you know. Well, to a point it does. Like, it really depends on what he's getting hit with. He's sort of like Sebastian Shaw in that way. He could take energy into himself. He's an energy absorber. And this is actually pretty common in the mutant world. Sebastian Shaw, Bishop, for example, is another one that comes to mind. But yes, this guy rode with Wolverine and Sabretooth back in the day. They did a lot of black bag operations. And he ended up getting the legacy virus. What is the legacy virus, you ask? This is why I told you this show is going to have a shitload of explaining. The legacy virus was created by Strife. Strife was the clone of Cable, because Cable got sick with that technovirus, and they made another clone because he was supposed to be the chosen body for Apocalypse to occupy. But he, for some reason, Apocalypse did not take him right away. He found him unworthy. So he created this virus. He actually ended up giving it to Sinister, promising that it was going to be like Summer's DNA. Sinister opened up the canister. The virus leaked out. And the virus, back in the day, the legacy virus, was absolute death for a mutant. It fucked with their powers, and then eventually it would kill them. A lot of people, before the whole reboot, you see, this is the thing about comic books. People die and they come back, and they die and they come back, and they die and they come back. So this killed heroes or villains like Pyro. This killed Maverick. This killed a lot of different characters. This, back in the day, was just the absolute black plague of the X-Men. And it lasted for a few years in the whole X-Men thing. Like, it was just the biggest terror they had at that point. And it was just a virus. It wasn't an enemy. So there's a little bit of history right there. It hit him. His powers went dormant for a while before he died. And then, like, sometimes it malfunctions your powers too. Like with Pyro, it kind of overdid him. He exploded. So the legacy virus ended up mutating in different strains and ended up getting cured later on. But yeah, it was one of those big things. And the Weapon X project kind of went on and off over the years. Like I said, they created Deadpool. They created people like Agent X. They created a lot of different people over the years. So the organization, one way or the other, still kind of creeps back every once in a while, like a bad rash. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so there's a little bit of history right there, because there's not a whole lot on this guy. He's made a few appearances. The X-Men cartoon in the 90s, the one that goes da-na-na-na-na. He was in it for a few episodes. He's been in a lot of Wolverine comic books, like mid-90s, 98. And he's one of those characters that sort of disappear into the background. Marvel's been making a lot of these characters lately. He actually, I don't know, I think he had an action figure at one point with a Hasbro set. I'm not sure on that, so don't quote me on it, because I do travel from other multiverses, so sometimes I fuck shit up because I go from place to place. Hell, I just went to a place where there was a Senator Tupac. Yeah, just saying. So I'm just letting you know. Your boy goes from place to place, you know. But you see, I got my key to the city. We're about to get down and gritty. Let's just break this shit up. Be like, oh, be like, kill the rabbit, kill. You guys know what I'm talking about? You don't know what I'm talking about? Google that shit. Looney Tunes. Ha. Key. Put that right there. Just it just feels so good. Yeah, you just want to rip it apart like a salad. Oh. Oh. Pretty solid piece. This guy's name was like Chris North. Here, Strong Guy's arm. I will be putting all the pieces together and doing a separate show on Strong Guy. So, pop open the guns. Let's see, we'll just put them right here for now. And check out what's going on. Alright. Now, this guy popped right out. Okay. Now, the battle suit does look cool. Check it out. Let you guys get a full view. It's a little lighter. It looks like the character, you know, in the mid-90s, you know, when he first appeared. I like the little holsters for the guns, because some toys just do not come with them. You have to see which gun goes into where. Now, soldiers for hire are pretty common in the X-Men world. They seem to appear here and there. Wolverine has a lot of merc friends, and this guy is sort of a frenemy. I mean, they've had a lot of, you know, moments, I guess you could say. But when you're involved in a black bags operation, shit is going to get dirty. Things are going to get done weird. And yes, you know, another interesting thing is these guys actually fought Omega Red. The first appearance of Omega Red was like from this X-Force group. Check that out. That was actually a pretty good issue. Omega Red is actually one of my favorite out of that run that came out of it. I like that he was kind of an unstoppable machine. Very cool, you know. And the gun is a pain in the butt to put on, but the stand test, yeah, he's a little awkward. And sometimes the feet just come out weird. Yeah, he's going to be one of those guys you're going to need to stand for. But he is nice. It's a great size. I mean, he is tall. I do love the armor. The guns are really nice. It's going to take a bit to put it on. I don't want to break the fingers, because you got to be very careful with these toys when you're putting the guns on. And very careful when you're taking them off. As you can see, full-on armor. This armor actually came... Wolverine actually wore a set of armor like this, as did Sabretooth. I would actually be very interested in a Sabretooth version of the Weapon X armor, because he did look cool in that. Wolverine's was kind of so-so, but I would love to see a Victor Creed Weapon X suit. But anyways, this is my toy review, And all in all, it's a pretty good toy. I mean, it's really detailed. It will take a bit to set up, but I don't mind doing that. A really cool toy. They've been doing a lot of forgotten toys. It's been interesting. A lot of the set has been forgotten toys, so I hope they kind of change it up a bit, with more prominent kind of guys. But you know how it goes with the Marvel Universe. You got to pray to the mouse now, if you know what I mean. Anyways, this is the Comic Outlaw, Jack Slater. And man, if you like what you see, subscribe, man. Spread the word. Yeah, the truth is a virus, man. Catch it. And as always, I'll catch you on the flip side.